Hello and welcome. Time to gather around the digital campfire for another episode of EmpowerHER, the YouTube channel that explores the depths of human emotions and experiences. I'm your host, Coach Carrie, along with Snoozer, and today's episode is a topic that touches all of us at some point in our lives: grief and loss. Specifically, we'll be discussing how to navigate the stages of grief and find healthy ways to process and heal after a toxic relationship. Whether you're going through it yourself or supporting someone who is, this episode aims to provide insight and guidance on the journey to healing. Grief and loss are natural responses to the end of any significant relationship, but when that relationship was toxic, the pain can be even more profound. Toxic relationships can leave emotional scars that linger long after the relationship has ended. The process of healing from such an experience can be challenging, but it's crucial to remember that there is a path to recovery. The first stage of grief is denial. This is when we might find it difficult to accept that the relationship was toxic and harmful to us. It's common to downplay the negative aspects and only remember the good times. Denial can act as a protective mechanism, shielding us from the full force of the pain we're experiencing. During this stage, it's essential to be patient with ourselves and allow time for the reality to sink in. As denial starts to fade, the next stage is often anger. We might feel furious at ourselves for staying in the toxic relationship for so long, or we could direct our anger towards the other person involved. It's essential to recognize that anger is a normal part of the healing process. However, it's crucial to find healthy ways to express and manage our anger, as lashing out can lead to further harm. The bargaining stage involves trying to negotiate with ourselves or a higher power to change what happened in the past. We might find ourselves ruminating on what-if scenarios or obsessing over ways we could have done things differently. It's important to acknowledge these feelings, but also to understand that we can't change the past. Instead, we can focus on learning from our experiences and using that knowledge to build a healthier future. Depression can be a profound and overwhelming stage of grief. We might feel a deep sense of sadness, emptiness, or hopelessness. It's essential to seek support during this time, whether from friends, family, or professional counseling. Remember that it's okay to grieve the loss of the relationship, even if it was toxic, as it still represented a significant part of your life. As we move through the stages of grief, we eventually reach acceptance. This doesn't mean that the pain magically disappears, but rather, we come to terms with the reality of the situation. Acceptance allows us to start rebuilding our lives and focus on our own well-being. It's a gradual process, and there might be days when it feels more challenging than others, but with time, healing is possible. Now that we've explored the stages of grief, let's discuss some healthy ways to process and heal after a toxic relationship. 1. Seek support. Don't hesitate to reach out to friends, family, Coach Carrie and Snoozer, or a therapist. Talking about your feelings and experiences can be incredibly cathartic. 2. Set boundaries. If you're still in contact with the person from the toxic relationship, it's essential to establish clear boundaries to protect yourself. 3. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself during this challenging time. Avoid self-blame and practice self-compassion. 4. Engage in self-care. Focus on activities that bring you joy and promote well-being. Whether it's exercise, hobbies, or spending time in nature, self-care is vital for healing. 5. Consider a support group. Connecting with others who have gone through similar experiences can be incredibly validating and helpful. Consider joining the Serenity Sisters with a free live Zoom meeting weekly, and online groups for support and fun. 6. Limit triggers. Try to identify triggers that remind you of the toxic relationship and find ways to minimize exposure to them. 7. Professional help. If you find it challenging to cope or feel overwhelmed, consider seeking professional help from a therapist or counselor. Grief and healing are complex processes, especially after enduring a toxic relationship. Remember, it's okay to take your time and be patient with yourself. Healing is not a linear journey, and there will be ups and downs along the way. But with the right support, self-care, and a willingness to face your emotions, you can emerge stronger and wiser from this experience. Thank you for joining us today on Empower Her. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with others who might benefit from this discussion. Take care, and until next time, remember that healing is possible, and there is hope beyond grief and loss.